Welcome to KillieFC TV. Today we're great to see that we have interim manager Lee McCulloch here for an interview. Lee, it must have been a whirlwind last 7 days since the last manager departed. How have you found it?
I think firstly it has been a bit of a whirlwind. I think we've had 3 training days before the Aberdeen game there. It's been hard for the players, trying to pick the players up, trying to get their confidence back, trying to, when somebody goes, there's a lot of lone players that are in the club just now that really looked up to Lee Clark and obviously the rest of the staff, but when he leaves, they're thinking, oh no, am I going to be in the plans, am I going to play, what happens next? So with everybody to sit down, with they all get on the same page, all pulling in the one direction in a matter of days, and then try to go and play a game of football.
You said when we met on Saturday that the plans were already in place for the game against Aberdeen, which was on the Sunday, and that you were just going to go with those plans. In hindsight, is there anything you'd really wish you'd maybe changed before the game?
Well,
up to it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, the plans were in place. That I was meaning basically the game plan was in place, but the training times and all the rest of it from the week leading up, all stayed the same. There was a couple of tweaks in the formation of Connor at wide left instead of Rory for the week before. There was little changes in there, but nothing massive. And I felt it worked. I really felt it worked.
The team certainly gave you everything on Sunday. Disappointing result, which we probably didn't deserve. You'll be looking for that to continue in the coming weeks?
Yep, been spoke about already. Off Monday, straight away Tuesday morning. That's what we're speaking about. What's happened. It's gone. We take the positives and we get rid of the negatives, and we go and try and get better every day in training. We don't come here to train to tick a box just to say I've trained. We come here to train to get better every single day, every player and every member of the staff. And I think that's a new thing for in here, and it's a way that we're going to continue to go forward.
Right. Obviously it's yourself and Peter that are now into the management team. Did you and Peter know one another before you joined Kilmarnock a couple of years ago?
Yes.
Football pass cross?
No, the paths didn't cross, but we knew each other. He's obviously a Govan boy, an Ibrox boy. What I'd seen him a few times, just out and about, nothing to do with football at all. And then when we came in here, we spoke about the times that we did know each other, and it's just really kicked on from there. We've got the same beliefs and the way we want to play, the players that we would like to try and attract, so to speak, and he's a joy to work with.
The footballing philosophies you touched on there, what is your preference? 2 strikers, 1 striker, 3 at the back, or?
I think I read a lot and meet a lot of coaches that say, and I think we spoke about it last Saturday, about this is my philosophy, this is the way I want to play. It's, the goalkeeper's got to get the ball and he's not allowed to kick it long, he's got to go to the centre halves or the full back. But my point is, what happens if your centre halves and full backs aren't comfortable in the ball? Then are you still going to do that? And they're like, so there's no real an argument. My preference, probably 2 strikers on the pitch at the one time, but it's having, if you're putting 2 strikers on the pitch at the one time, then you need legs in the middle of the park, legs out wide, good engine, youthfulness, in my opinion, and 2 good centre halves. You need a good team round about that, 2 strikers. So that's why maybe a lot of teams are going with the 1 striker.
The previous manager had a lot of different ways of doing things. One of the most notable was a chronological train. Is that going to continue? And is there anything that you're going to bring in that maybe the players aren't used to at the moment that's going to change from?
Well, firstly, we'd spoke about this last week, myself and the players, and we were off Monday after the game on Sunday, and we come in Tuesday morning, 9:30 breakfast, and the training started at 10:30. There'll be a double session on Tuesday. So to answer your question, yes, where it was before it was 1 o'clock lunch, then 3 o'clock train. Now it's 9:30 breakfast, 10:30 train. They'll do strength and conditioning, they'll do injury prevention in that time, lunch at 1 o'clock, and some days we'll begin back out in the afternoon. So I think I've asked the players what they preferred, because I didn't want to just come in and change it if but in 98-99% said that they want the training times changed. So I think that's really important.
There's been a massive turnover of players that come on in the last 2 transfer windows. It's a bit of an understatement. This is going to happen again this summer, just down to the amount of loan players that we have. Fans like continuity, to get an affiliation with fans. Is that something that you would hope to see in the future for Kilmarnock?
100%. 100%. I think that continuity is massive, especially after the 1.5 to 2 years. You can maybe even say 2.5 years that the club's had. Yes, the fans need to know the players and see the players coming through, and that's why the philosophy of the club's bringing the players through to either make them better, to sell them on, or bring them through to make the first team better. That's the only way that it can be. They need continuity, so the players, so the fans know the players, but you've got to remember the players have got to know the club, the town, what it's all about, the fans' demands. They've got to know what the fans expect. So there's got to be continuity for both sides, and that comes for your Chris Boyds and your local players coming up and making a name for themselves in the first team. I think it's massive to keep the standard sky high as well. You don't want people in and out all the time. It can't be good for.
That's something that's probably done more harm than good for
the
club.
well, in my opinion, completely agree.
And finally, I know your time's important. What's your hopes, aspirations, and also a message for Killie fans?
My hopes and aspirations, first and foremost, this season, let's get safe. Secondly, let's see how far up the table we can finish. And my message to the fans are, I know there was, somebody spoke about a protest that was going to be on Sunday, but that get cancelled. I can't thank the fans enough for that. I'm going to, and I have done before, show my loyalty to the club, and that's just something that I will continue to do and keep doing. I could have maybe left there in the past just there. I could have an offer to leave with Lee Clark, and I chose to stay and show my loyalty to the club, to the board, to the fans, and it's nice to see that the fans are giving me a little bit back. It really does mean the world to me and Peter and the rest of the coaching staff, so I can't thank them enough.
Lee, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.